All right, welcome back again for another overview video. Doing this time the 2015 Yamaha YZ250f that I just went through, kind of getting that back to decent condition and selling that thing. So let's break it down. 2015 Yamaha YZ250f. The bike itself, rough condition, and it looked like it had been raced, even though, you know, the old owner was like, no, never been raced. The thing had a hole shot device on it, so, but I knew that going in. Basically the hours on it, I mean, it's just kind of a guesstimation. I always assume the buyer kind of lowballs the hours. Usually most of the time with hours, somebody says it's got 40 on it, it's probably got at least 60. And you know, if they got a little hour meter on there, it doesn't necessarily mean that that's the exact hours on it. But this bike, $3,000. That's how much I paid for it. The KBB and NATA values, I always write those down when I buy a bike. And so at this point, KBB, excellent, 5,280, good, 3,635. And then NATA values, the average was 3,875 and the low was 2,945. I would definitely classify this bike when I bought it as low or poor condition. If I remember right, this guy had it listed for 36, 37 maybe. 15 bucks for gas to go get it. Title fee, $10.30. In Montana, the title fee jumped up 30 cents, so you know, we gotta add that on there. This bike, it looked pretty rough. It had graphics on it that were kind of torn up. It had a full FMF system on it, actually the titanium one, so that was nice. But the carbon fiber end cap was all busted out. It had either been, you know, looped out several times or flipped maybe. There are a few things on it kind of worn out. Bent lever, clutch lever I think. Gear shifter, a little janky. You know, when you get an old gear shifter and basically the spring doesn't really return the little tip on it. Just little stuff here and there. So even though I bought it for a pretty decent deal, I knew there was at least some work cut out for me. Went ahead and replaced that FMF end cap. With that, there was actually a kit that I bought, and it had the carbon fiber tip, and then it had the FMF decal that goes on the actual exhaust can. So that was $90.91. Then I went ahead and bought a Boysen clutch cover just to add a little flair. Obviously the stock one was on there, and I mean, it was worn just like the engine case side. So it's not like I was trying to necessarily cover up any type of wear, but spice it up. You put something brand new on there for somebody. That was $82.88. Just bought the good old Tusk clutch lever. I think it was black too, so kind of looked a little bit better. And that was $7.99. And then the Tusk gear shifter, that was $19.99. I did have to buy a few OEM bolts. I think there was a couple missing for like either the shrouds or the rear plastics, but a total of 5 bolts that I bought, $5.44. I went ahead and got new side panels. The ones that were on it were black and blue. Like usual, side panels, those are pretty pricey, even if you get them on sale. $41.97. Got a new front fender. Probably could have done without it. $15.57. And then I went and got some OEM graphics. And the OEM graphics that I got were for a 2018 model. So it made it look quite a bit nicer. And those were $26.97. Then I had some leftover Yamaha stickers that I tastefully placed around the bike. Just to spice it up a little bit more here and there. I removed a few parts, and then also the guy gave me the original stock header pipe and exhaust. The header pipe was in perfect condition, and then the exhaust, like the tip, was kind of mushed in just a little, just a small dent on it. So totaling everything up, I only put $317 into this bike, so a total of $3,317.02. That's our final price. Now, when I put this bike up for sale, I want to say that the new 2019 YZs were all announced. I can't remember if you were able to buy them yet, but they're at a minimum they were all announced. So it just has potential to diminish the value, whether it's by, you know, 50 bucks or 200 bucks. You don't know. But I had this bike on Craigslist for roughly a month. Started out high like usual. I think I might have posted it for like 5,200 just to see if I get any nibbles, anything. Nothing. I dropped it continuously, 100 bucks here, 100 bucks here. Then I think my listing was sitting at like 4,800. Negotiated with a guy, ended up agreeing on 4,500 bucks. if everything was, you know, solid. So I met up with him. He rode it around, had no complaints, and sold it for 4,500 bucks. So total profits, $1,182.98. Once again, that's a pretty solid profit, especially when you're only putting $300 into the bike itself. That's not bad. Then also on top of that, I got parts off the bike that I went ahead and sold on eBay, and most of those are pretty much sold by now. The whole shot device, I'm pretty sure it's that Works Connection one. They run like 120 bucks new maybe. Sold that for 40 bucks. Then the header pipe itself, sold that for 45 bucks. And then the exhaust I just sold for, I want to say I sold that for 55. There's people out there looking for parts. I found that most of the newer bikes tend to sell their parts pretty quick. So that right there is an additional $135 in parts that I get to sell. So I come out on top with a little over $1,300 profit. I'm definitely okay with that, that's for sure. So there you have it. That's a little overview on that bike. If you like these videos where I sit down, explain the cost to you guys, let me know, because your guys' feedback is, you know, kind of what I run off of. Plenty more stuff to come. I got a YZ125 build that I just finished up. I'm sitting on a bike right now, a little KLX 110 that we're gonna dive into. I've got my own CR250. I've got another CR250. CR125 that'll probably be next because I've had that for a little while. And then on top of all that, I've got riding videos, tutorials, tons and tons of dirt bike related stuff. So if you want to see more of those videos, please subscribe. The biggest news probably, I just got a snow bike for this guy right here. So over the winter time, I'll do my best to kind of balance the snow biking and building bikes, and hopefully I can get a couple more done this fall. That way I got plenty more time to ride. So other than that, thanks for stopping by, watching the video, and we'll see you on the next one.